back live H&A 2023. Like I said, we're sitting down with our amazing sponsors, but the main reason we want to do this podcast was to promote our herd members. I'm sitting down with a guy who's been with us since day one, with a guy who inspired me to even start this program, and with a guy who's become one of my lifelong friends. Welcome, Ben Dodson.
Appreciate it, Dan. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Thank you.
So let's tell us a little bit about your background, maybe how you got started, and then hopefully we can get to where you're at now, because you're just killing it, man.
Absolutely. So it was a crazy story. So got out of school in 2020 due to COVID. Been a big follower of Dan's before I even got into hardscapes. I actually saw the Smoky Mountain Showcase in Knoxville all over YouTube, Instagram. Found this guy at a gas station, knocked on his window, hey, Mr. him. I was like, hey, man, I saw your project in Knoxville. Would love to go check it out. Love to be a part of it. Was super fortunate to be on the job site with Dan on the big project in Knoxville, and then took a trip up to Wisconsin to mentor with Dan. He's taught me everything I know about hardscapes, really got me started in the industry, and then, being a part of the group and all the great people around, it's really easy to learn when you've got good people around you. So
how old were you when you decided to start your own design and build business, Ben?
So I was 23, had just graduated from UT, 26 now, so we've been in business for right at about 3.5 years.
Yeah, that's amazing. So what is this journey? Can you fill us in maybe a short bit on what this journey has been like over the past 3 years?
It's been a lot of trials.
Feels like 20 years.
It does. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm not bald yet. A lot of gray hairs. It's been a wild ride. Not growing up in the industry or have ever worked for another hardscape contractor or even another landscaping company. It's been a lot of learning curves, trial by fire. But diving in there is really the best way to learn. Yeah. And of course, being around mentors and great guys, great women in the industry, and always trying to learn, I think, is the biggest thing. So like right when I got into the industry, I think surrounding yourself with somebody that has prior knowledge or experience, you save a lot of headaches, a lot of time, and you're just going to better yourself throughout the whole experience. So I would highly, anyone wanting to jump into the industry, anybody that's working for somebody right now, if you want to make that dive into your own business, highly advise finding somebody that's going to know and teach you and help guide you along the way. And no matter at what point you find yourself, even with Dan having tons of experience in the industry, you're always going to keep learning in this industry. You're never going to know enough, and it's always just keeping coming at you. That's one of the things that pulled me into hardscaping is, every day is different. You're constantly learning something. You're around awesome people like at H&A, like all the people you're around you see on Instagram or Facebook, and you know them in one way or another. Yeah. So it's really cool to have that, that sense of community and group with everybody, and it's been an awesome experience.
We're all in this together, right? So part of your success has been the community and the network you've surrounded yourself with at a young age to get to the point where you are right now, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I'm just super proud of Ben, right? He came up to Wisconsin. He worked right alongside to me. He had these goals to develop a design and build brand in Knoxville, Tennessee. And I'm going to sit here to say today that you did that, man. You're doing that. You're building a brand in Knoxville, Tennessee. You broke into a market that I know is flooded with other hardscapers. It
is, yep.
But you're starting to separate yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think one of the main ways you separate yourself, Ben, is by being you in front of the client, right?
Yeah.
By being the ultimate salesman, the ultimate knowledge provider to the client, right? Yeah. But then Ben is set up where he is involved in the design, involved in the sale. But let's talk a little bit about your business structure.
Yeah, so my structure is a lot different than most. So Knoxville is a very sub-heavy market. So what I've done is I've found like-minded individuals and subcontractors that have that goal of creating large business and giving amazing product delivery, amazing experience throughout the build. And I always tell all of our homeowners too right off the bat, I'm like, you could hire anybody and they could complete your project. Will there be a couple things that are off? Yes. Will your project take much longer than you can? Yes. So we sell on value, communications, commitment to our homeowners, getting our projects done on time, on budget, accurately, and we try to be a one-stop shop for all of our homeowners. And the thing I've realized with a lot of our subs in our market is they can't communicate very well with the landscape architects or designers, homeowners or builders. And I've kind of, found myself in a situation where I'm in the middle of of that connection and try to help bridge that gap
you're
for a lot of our
handling the communication aspects of it, right?
Absolutely.
Making sure everyone knows what's going on, the organizational aspects of it. You know, you've just been killing it with these subcontractors, and you said it's just like anyone who's building a crew, you have to find a qualified subcontractor as well. And you've been in developing a relationship with these guys for a little while now, right?
Yeah, a long time. So the guys that we have with us right now, we've been together for about 2 years. We work extremely well together. You know, eventually we'd love to bring them in-house just to be able to have a little bit more.
So there are some disadvantages to the subcontractor
Yes, there are. There's a lot of risks in having a subcontractor model. You know, you've definitely got to vet the subs, make sure they're on the same page as far as quality, communication, and just having that overall vision, right? So my goal with my guys is I want to create a vision and say, you know, we're going to the moon, right?
Exactly,
and being able to provide that opportunity for our guys. You know, I take my life experiences, you know, good and bad, of things that I've learned over the course of my life and share those with all of our guys. And that's what really got me into the business too, is giving back to, you know, our guys, investing in our people. You know, even though they are subcontractors,
they still need to feel wanted. They still need to feel valuable, right? So there's a lot that goes with having an employee and a subcontractor into how you treat them, right?
Yes.
But I understand when you want to have these guys in-house, it would probably be a better life for them if they would just make that switch, right? Because you know it would. You want these guys around. You're going to treat them exactly like you know these companies are treating their guys who stick around forever. So
absolutely.
So a little bit different way to do it there with Ben Dodson, but the bottom line is quality, right? Integrity, constant communication with that homeowner.
Absolutely.
So what have your, I know you touched on it a little bit, but surrounding yourself with like-minded people,
it's
right?
everything.
So I love having Ben Dodson in these monthly mastermind calls. He has gained so much experience in his last 3 years in business that is willing to share with other young members of the group, right? We just signed up a bunch of guys over the course of these couple days who I personally can't wait for those guys to meet Ben Dodson. Right?
Yeah,
he's going to inspire them. Yeah. He's going to inspire that his young age, that anybody who sets some goals can do that, right, with the right mindset, right?
Absolutely. I think mindset's the biggest thing. You know, a lot of guys that are hesitant of hopping into groups, or, you know, whether it be financial reasons or, you know, they're just scared to make that jump into a community. You know, they think, you know, I don't know enough, or, you know, I can't hang with the big dogs. And, you know, coming from a guy that, hey, Mr. the guy at a gas station, you know, it doesn't get any more vulnerable than that, in my opinion. And I think, you know, making that jump is the biggest thing. You know, just believing in yourself, or at least surround yourself with people that, you know, can help you believe in yourself and show you that, you know, you can run your own company. It doesn't matter if you've worked for somebody else, and I think I'm a great example of that, having never worked for another contractor in my life. You know, the learning curve there was huge, but, you know, all the learning that you provide and all of my mentors that have been along the way, that you're never going to stop learning. And that's the biggest thing, being a student for life.
Yeah, I think the theme to this whole week is really like networking.
Absolutely.
And surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals. I call them winners, right? If we're all winners and we're surrounding ourselves with winners, we're going to win, right?
Absolutely.
So we got a big dog. He's talking about the big dogs. He's becoming a big dog. So I don't know what he's talking about.
We're trying.
Yeah, no. Ben Dodson, Dodson Designs. It's been a pleasure not only to see your progression in the industry and you build your brand, but to get to know you as a brother, man.
Absolutely.
To get to know you as a brother and a friend. So I had to get Ben Dodson in here. He's another person who inspired me to start this program. He's one of the contractors, just like Chris Morales, who came out and helped me on the Smoky Mountain Showcase, helped me put the finishing details together, came to Wisconsin and worked with us, and I can't be prouder to have Ben Dodson in the herd. So thank you for sitting in with us, Ben.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's been awesome.
It's been a great time.
And we'll see you again tonight at another networking event, right?
Yes, sir. We'll be there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.